All right. I'm going to start off just kind of telling you why I did what I did. For personal reasons, family reasons, all kinds of reasons. In 2017 in March, I went to the doctor, just bought some bumps on my fingers. Turned out to be nothing. And he asked me when was the last time my cholesterol sheet was updated. And I had no idea. So the following week, I did some blood work. Turns out I had high cholesterol on top of some high blood pressure. Um, my father passed away when I was 5 due to heart problems, as did my grandpa. And at this point, it kind of hit me as kind of a wake up call. I didn't want to die young. I don't want to die young. Nobody does. So I kind of immediately jumped into this, and I hadn't talked to a lot of people about what I should do or could do. I just kind of went on my own and started it. Basically, it's a pretty easy but hard method to do what I did. To date, I'm down to 170. I hang out around there, give or take a couple pounds. I'm 5'11", and I started out at 206 in March 17th of 2017. I got down to 188 30 days after that. So I lost quite a bit of weight pretty quick, and I was trying to get some notes. 178 in May, and I've kind of just slowly lost weight since then. Came November, December, you got your Thanksgivings and your Christmases and all the good stuff in between for food, and you kind of lose track of what your goals were. But I went and did it, and I feel better, and everything's worked out thus far. He told me I needed to take pills back when I went in March of last year, and I've never been a real big pill advocate. I don't believe in having to live off of pills if you can physically change yourself, which is the methodology I put into my brain and distilled it. I just wasn't going to stay on the pills. I took the pills because everything was high, but I also started the diet and exercise, and together everything was low when I went back in 30 days, and then I did a 90 days. And at the 90 days, I stopped taking the pills about 2 weeks beforehand, and everything was low. And he couldn't believe that I wasn't on the pills still. I know some doctors are pill pushers because they want to make the money and they want to keep you coming back, and they're trying to keep you healthy and keep you alive. But that's a whole other subject. Let's just jump into the diet portion. I don't like to call it a diet because a diet is temporary. I like to look at it as a lifestyle change because you really are changing your lifestyle. You're changing the way you eat, changing the way you order things, recipes you look at different, you cook things different. You really gotta step your game up if it's something you really want. You gotta want it. I took GNC Energy and Metabolism 2-a-day pills basically before breakfast around lunchtime. Um, some omega-3 fish oil pills and some carnitine. I still don't know how to pronounce it, along with some vitamin C when I was taking those blood pressure and cholesterol pills. So I was taking a lot of pills at the get go, but then I dropped the blood pressure, dropped the cholesterol pills, and stayed pretty diligent with the other pills. And I've kind of dropped off the metabolism pills for now, and the carnitine, whatever. But I still try to stay with the fish oil pills because everything I've read on fish oil is it's all around a good pill to take, along with your vitamin C. The energy and metabolism pills probably wouldn't be bad to take still, but I kind of dropped off just to see if it made a difference. I mean, I can't really tell a difference. Um, to the food portion, you can't eat fast food, just none. If you do, you're liable to order the French fries or order the cheeseburgers, and it's just not a good route. It's easier to cut it all out and start there. No fast foods, uh, no sodas, no sugars, no candies. Avoid buffets. Avoid fried foods at all cost. Doing that alone, you will notice a difference. I know there's some of you that probably work on the road, probably can't avoid fast food, and this is going to be harder for you. And it's that whole lifestyle change in itself is going to be harder for you to complete, but it can be done. Um, I use Pinterest. It's kind of it's known as for a woman thing, but there's a lot of recipes on there. There's a lot of useful information, a lot of links to meals, meal plans, drinks, recipes, exercise tips, plans. It's all there. It's a plethora of information. You can follow my Pinterest or just check it out and grab some stuff off there. I got a couple folders if you want. Um, if you're on the road and you're eating, I don't really know a lot about what you can do except pack your lunch. You may have to stop at a Walmart, go into the grocery stores, throw some things in there that you can eat throughout the day, or pre-plan your trip maybe and cook some stuff before you leave the house. I don't know how long you'd be on the road for or whatnot, but it's just something you'll have to put thought into if that applies to you. I luckily get to work in a building and can take my food to a refrigerator and microwave and whatnot, and it's kind of how I just handle it. Don't avoid breakfast. I use skim milk, coffee with no sugar, no store-bought creamer, black, or with skim milk. It's not going to taste very good, but if you're a coffee head and you have to have your coffee, that's kind of a slight fix for that time. Once you get going and progress, you can. I've kind of added some of that stuff back in. It might be the sugar-free sweeteners or the non-dairy sweeteners like whatever you can get at the store, almond milk, something like that. Maybe could work for you. Don't eat the Pop Tarts. Don't eat the breakfast bars, the high sugar cereals. I do eat cereal. I eat like the Cheerios and just stuff that doesn't have a bunch of crap in it. No frosted flakes or anything like that. Don't cook with butter. Don't add butter. Uh, don't cook with oil. If you do, try to use EVOO or the spray oil that's got zeros down the side of the can. Some oil is okay. Moderation is the key on that. The only reason I cut or tried to cut as much oil and butter and fat and all that out was because of the cholesterol and the high blood pressure. And my direction from the get-go is probably different from a lot of the people that are going to end up watching this. They just want to lose weight, which this worked for me, and I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, but it's what I did. And I've had a lot of people ask me, so I kind of just thought I'd throw my direction out there. I know this video is probably all not right, but I don't do videos like this, so I'd bear with me. Protein. Don't avoid the protein. You can get protein in a lot of different forms. Yogurt, protein powder, chicken, lean steak, pork. There's other ways to get it. A lot of this stuff you're going to have to research and kind of figure out on your own because I don't know it all. Don't avoid the carbs. There's a lot of diets out there that tell you to don't eat any carbs, but I ate carbs, no problem. Sweet potatoes, rice, brown rice, white rice, sticky rice, whatever rice. Noodles, I still eat noodles. It's all about moderation and portion control still. You can eat 3 pounds of chicken and 4 cups of rice, and it's not going to be good for you because it's just too much. But if you portion it out right, where you have a meal for lunch, maybe a second lunch before dinner, or you eat nothing till dinner and then a snack after that, you don't have to eat the same stuff. I'm just saying you can have more than your 3 meals a day and not feel guilty. If you're hungry, eat. Don't starve your body because that's when your body's going to start to starve. And then when you do eat, it's going to store food in places you don't want it, and that's kind of where you gain your weight from. All this is just kind of what I think I've picked up just from reading on the internet and whatnot. You still have to eat fat. You still have to have fat in your diet. Healthy ones, nuts, yogurt, again. Just a couple examples. There's a ton of healthy fats out there. There's a ton of healthy carbs, and there's a ton of healthy proteins. You can get a lot of your protein from plant-based foods and certain things like that if you don't want to eat the meat. Erica actually has done really well not eating meat. I don't know. She doesn't probably know a lot of the basic info on the who, what, why type stuff, but she's just doing what she does, and it works for her right now. You can eat salads. You eat as much salad as you want. It's green. You can have as much green as you want, as long as it's store-bought green. I didn't use cheese. I didn't put any ranch or fattening salad dressings on it. I use a lot of vinaigrette, strawberry vinaigrette, something like that. Oils work. Do the low sugar, no sugar dressings, stuff like that. Then you just got to make it to where you want it. I take that back. I use some cheese. I think I use goat cheese. I made a really good strawberry goat cheese salad with pecans in it, I think. And that's really all it was strawberries, dressing, cheese, and pecans, and it was great. Do your research yourself, though. Everything I'm telling you is just, like I said, just what's worked for me. I've got plenty of information in my head that I can talk about for a long time, but I'm not trying to keep this video stupid long. If you have any questions, just let me know. Call me, text me, message me, whatever you got to do. I would recommend not eating high carb snacks or meals before bed, just because you're getting ready to go to bed. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's a thing called macros. It's kind of your daily intake recommendation of carbs, fats, and proteins. And that's something you'll have to research and figure out on your own also, because it's kind of a what direction you're wanting to go. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to gain weight or muscle or bulk or whatnot. But it kind of keeps your brain in check if you can read all your labels and kind of do the math in your head of what you're doing per meal. You can kind of cut your carbs down a little bit at a time, or kind of know what you're eating and know the amounts that you're actually putting in. Because if you looked at some of the stuff you've eaten at like Sonic's or McDonald's, any of the fast food places, if you got on actually looked at their dietary information, you would see the problem with why 90% of everybody's overweight is because everybody eats out. And that's the problem to me. I had to watch my salt intake for the blood pressure portion. So I know a lot of people like salt. I particularly just don't care about salt. So if I can cut salt out altogether, I do still. I do the no added salt foods. I don't add salt into recipes even if it tells me to. Less sodium or no sodium added is just my go-to. They make low sodium or no sodium almost everything. And there's some meals out there that you can't get around it because the food itself has sodium or it's made with sodium. And that's a lot of the just things you buy. You can't help it. Just gotta moderation. It all revolves around moderation. I don't eat frozen foods if I can absolutely avoid them. I do the TV dinners, Hungry Man, Chinese foods, the taquitos, the raviolis, the tacos, all the pizzas. I just avoid them. That's the goal. Yeah, it's Super Bowl. Yeah, it's your birthday. You throw parties. People bring food. It's okay to have your cheat day, or a couple cheat days if it's that time of year. You have to have those days. I'm not saying don't ever eat it again. You just have to do it in moderation. I'm going to say moderation 20 times probably, but that's how I base it. If you go the first couple weeks without having a cheat meal and stick to it truly, when you get to that day where you're just going to go eat a pizza, or you're going to go to the Chinese buffet, or you're going to go eat nachos at a bar, no matter where you go or what you eat, it's going to taste completely different. You're either going to just still love it, or you're going to taste it and it's going to make your stomach hurt. I know it made my stomach hurt the very first time we had Mexican, and Mexican's always just Mexican, but first cheat meal was Mexican, and it made my stomach, it was destroyed. But I kind of got back into the groove of every week I had that day where I would just kind of binge eat a little bit, and you'd have a normal breakfast, which I eat 2 eggs, 2 or 3 pieces of turkey bacon, 2 pieces of wheat bread, and some spray butter. Can't believe it's not butter, spray butter. And that's my breakfast. And lunch, typically on the weekends, is just whatever's laying around the house, and dinner's kind of, that's the free for all. Saturday night rolls around, it's let's go get a pizza, let's drink a beer, let's get some salad, or let's go to the barbecue joint and get a big 32-ounce pork steak. Sounds so good. Anyway, I really don't know what else to say about the diet portion other than you just gotta stick to it. If you don't stick to it, it'll never work. I had Jimmy John's today. Do I feel guilty? A little bit because of the sodium content. That's about it. I had pizza every day or every Thursday for the last month at work. Do I feel guilty? A little bit. Was it delicious? Definitely. I didn't binge eat those weeks or days, and I tried to just stay as consistent with eating what I should. To the exercise portion, which is the probably second hardest part of this, food being the first. When I started off 6 days a week, every day after work. I bounced Saturday or Sunday back and forth. I'd get up, eat breakfast. 30-45 minutes after that would settle, I'd head to the gym. I'm fortunate right now. I have access to a gym in a business. It's literally empty when I'm there, so I have free roam of the place, so to speak. And like I said, 6 days a week, I did that pretty consistent for probably 6 weeks, 6 to 9 weeks. And you don't have to go just to the gym. You can walk outside, you can run outside, you can bicycle, you can chase your dog or kid around the backyard for 30 minutes. You gotta exercise, or the diet's only gonna get you so far. Anyway, went to the gym. I just start off with cardio. Cardio's your friend. Don't hate cardio. But typically I do cardio, whether it's biking, the Stairmaster thing, or treadmill, just jogging, not killing myself, 10 to 15 minutes, just to get your heart rate up, get a little sweat broke, get you pumped and get you kind of going. Jump into some muscle exercises, 3 to 4 sets of 2 to 3 exercises. Nothing big, nothing strenuous. I wasn't there to get big. I was there to get the heart rate up. I was there to keep the heart rate up, and to hopefully burn calories in the process, and to get the metabolism rolling. And I think that really helped. To this day, I still really don't do back-breaking exercises or really strenuous exercises. Now I'm to the point where I do about 5 to 7 minutes of cardio in the beginning, and then jump into some weightliftings. And I'll pick 3 to 5, depending on the muscle group or the area, and just hit 2 to 3 sets of those, of 10 to 12 reps each. It takes me about 30 minutes in the gym. I'm in and out every day after work, every other day after work, and go to get Chloe, and I'm headed home. A lot of people say, and I'm guilty of it too, that you just don't have enough time to go to the gym. You don't have enough time to go do this, and in the shower, or you got to be here, you got to be there. And it's really excuses. It's all it is. If you don't have 30 minutes a day or every other day to devote to yourself and to your health, then you need to just stop and look at your life as a whole. I know you may have 1 kid, you may have 4 kids, you may have 6 kids. You got a wife, you got a girlfriend, you got a dog, you got your full-time job and your house. Everybody has things, and everybody has reasons to not exercise. You have to find the reasons to do it. Hopefully, it's not the doctor telling you something's wrong or something could be wrong. Try to get to that spot before they do. Um, Make your life better. Like go after it. You gotta want it. If you don't want it and you don't go after it and stay consistent, you'll never get there. Um, Kids, man, I want to be there for my kid when she gets married. If she ends up having a child or six, I want to be there. I want to be there for my wife. I want to be. I just want to be around, and I want to experience everything I want to experience, and I want to experience more than what my father got to experience. I hope this helps somebody in some way, shape, or form, and I hope it gives you just a little insight of something, a part of my life that has turned into a life changing experience. I look different. I know I look different than what I did a year ago, and I've been told this is the most different I've looked since people have known me. I've walked up to friends that I've known for years that I didn't see for a year, and they didn't recognize me. I had to physically take my sunglasses off, take my hat off, and then it struck to them that, oh, hey, that's Kenny. So it works. You just have to stick to it. You have to get up in the morning and skip the drive-through breakfast sandwich, skip the 4 cups of creamer to 1 teaspoon of coffee that everybody loves, skip the Starbucks, skip the Krispy Kremes, get on track, get your stuff straight and together for the bigger picture. And once you get over a hump and you're comfortable with your lifestyle and the way you are and feel and look and health, then you start cheating once in a while for the Starbucks and the Krispy Kremes. There's tons of food out there that tastes good, that's good for you, and will not hurt you. You just have to do the research. This is going to take work. Uh, like I said, if any of you have any questions, want to talk about something, I'm here. I may have to call you back. May take me a little bit to text you, but I'm here. And I hope this helps somebody. You. Good luck.